Sometimes love doesn't arrive with big words or bold promises. Sometimes it fits in the palm of your hand, warm, trembling, and quietly changing everything. This is one of those moments when Jamie Fraser chooses the smallest surprise to heal the deepest ache in Claire's heart. The cabin is quiet in a way that feels heavy, not peaceful. The fire is low, the light soft, and the world outside Fraser's ridge has finally gone still. Claire sits alone, her shoulders tired, her hands resting in her lap as if they have forgotten how to be still. All day, she has been strong for others. All day, she has carried pain that was not her own. Now, in the silence, that strength begins to fade. Jamie watches her from across the room. He does not speak. He knows her too well to interrupt this moment. He sees the way her eyes stare into nothing, the way her breath slows, the way sadness settles when no one else is watching. Claire is a healer, but tonight she is the one who needs comfort. Jamie believes love is not proven by speeches. It is proven by noticing, by seeing what others miss. He notices the weight she carries. He notices how long it has been since she smiled without effort. And in his heart, he decides this night will not end in silence. There is something behind him, hidden carefully, something small and alive. Jamie shifts slightly, careful not to make a sound. A soft movement answers him, barely heard, like a whisper. He smiles to himself, nervous now, hoping he has chosen right. Claire finally looks up, sensing something different in the air. She turns toward Jamie, confused by the look on his face. There is warmth there, and hope, and a quiet excitement he is trying very hard to hide. This moment is not about grand gestures or heroic acts. It is about love choosing kindness, about a man who understands that sometimes the best way to mend a tired heart is not with words but with something gentle, something living. Something that reminds you the world is still soft and Jamie Fraser is just about to change everything. Without even trying. Claire moves through the days like someone walking against the wind. She does what must be done, says what needs to be said, and never asks for rest. People see her strength, but they do not see the cost. Every wound she closes leaves a mark on her heart. Every life she cannot save follows her into the night. When the world finally grows quiet, that weight has nowhere to go. It settles inside her chest, heavy and unkind. She misses things she cannot name. Time, places, people she loved and lost. Being strong has become a habit, and habits are hard to break even when they hurt. Jamie sees it all. He notices how Claire's smile comes slow now, how her hands pause before they move, how her eyes carry a faraway look, as if part of her is somewhere else, somewhere painful. He does not push her to speak, because he knows some feelings need no voice. Claire sits near the fire, staring into the flames, letting memories rise and fall. She does not cry. She rarely does. Her pain is quiet, controlled, hidden behind calm words and steady breaths. But silence does not mean peace. It only means the storm is being held back. Jamie understands this kind of silence. He has lived with it himself. Loss, fear, and love all mixed together, waiting for the smallest crack to spill out. He knows Claire does not need fixing. She needs reminding that she is not alone, that she is allowed to feel light again. Tonight is not about solving her pain. It is about easing it, about offering comfort without asking questions, about giving her something that asks for nothing, except care and warmth. Because even the strongest hearts grow tired. And even healers deserve to be healed. Jamie Fraser has never been good at long speeches. His love does not live in pretty promises or perfect timing. It lives in what he does when no one is watching, in the way he stays close without crowding her, in the way his eyes always return to Claire, even in a full room. He knows Claire's pain is not something he can take away. It belongs to her past, her memories, her long road through time and loss. But Jamie also knows love does not always mean fixing what is broken. Sometimes it means sitting beside it and making the weight easier to carry. All day, he has been thinking, not about battles or duty or the world beyond their walls, but about her, about the tired look she tried to hide, about the silence she wrapped round herself like armor. And somewhere in that quiet thinking, a simple idea took hold. It is not a grand idea. It is not brave or bold. It is small, soft, alive. Jamie believes joy does not need to shout to be real. It can arrive quietly, like a breath you did not know you were holding. He remembers the way Claire's face softens round gentle things, how her hands change when she touches something fragile, how care comes naturally to her, even when she feels empty. He waits for the right moment, patient as always, not because he doubts her reaction, but because he wants it to feel right. He wants this gift to speak for him, to say what words often fail to say. Claire senses it before she understands it. The heaviness inside her shifts, just slightly, as if something unseen has entered the room. Jamie is standing still, watching her the way he does when he's guarding a secret. Not with pride, with care. She narrows her eyes, almost smiling. "You're up to something," she says softly. Jamie lets out a quiet breath, caught between laughter and nerves. His hand moves, then stops. Whatever he's hiding feels important to him. That alone pulls Claire's attention away from her thoughts, away from the ache she's been carrying all evening. Then there it is again, a tiny sound, soft and unsure. Claire freezes. Her sadness loosens its grip, replaced by surprise. She turns her head, listening closely now. The sound is real, small, alive. Jamie watches her face change. That's what he was waiting for. Not the surprise itself, but this moment right here, the instant her eyes brighten with curiosity instead of pain. She stands slowly, careful, as if she might scare the sound away. "Jamie," she says, almost laughing now. "What is that?" He doesn't answer. He steps forward instead, the secret still hidden, the moment stretched thin with quiet joy. The fire flickers, shadows dancing across the walls. And Claire feels something she hasn't felt all day. Lightness. Whatever Jamie is about to reveal, it has already begun to work. Jamie finally moves his hand, slow and careful, as if the world might break if he rushes it. Claire watches, her breath caught somewhere between curiosity and wonder. When he opens his arms, something tiny shifts against his chest. A kitten, small, soft, and blinking against the firelight. For a second, Claire doesn't speak. She simply stares, as if her mind needs time to catch up with her heart. The kitten lets out a quiet sound, unsure but alive, and that is when everything changes. Claire's hand rises to her mouth. A soft laugh escapes her, broken by surprise and something close to tears. Her eyes shine, not with sadness now, but with warmth. "Oh, Jamie," she whispers, her voice trembling. He steps closer, lowering the kitten into her arms with gentle care. The tiny body fits perfectly against her, warm and trusting. The kitten curls slightly, as if it already knows it belongs there. Claire's shoulders relax. Her breath deepens. She strokes the kitten's fur with careful fingers, smiling in a way that feels new, even to her. The world outside disappears. There is no past, no pain, no heavy thoughts, only this small life and the love that placed it in her hands. Jamie watches her, his heart full. He doesn't need to ask if he chose right. The answer is written all over her face. In that simple moment, a tired heart finds joy again. Claire sits down slowly, still holding the kitten as if it might vanish if she moves too fast. The small creature shifts in her arms, warm and curious, its tiny heart beats steady against her chest. She laughs again, This time, without surprise, just pure, easy joy. Her fingers move on their own, gentle and sure. This is familiar to her, caring, comforting. But this time, it doesn't feel heavy. It feels light. It feels like breathing after holding her breath for too long. "I can't believe you," she says softly. Looking up at Jamie, there is wonder in her eyes, and something else to dash relief. The kitten presses closer, trusting her without question. Claire feels it settle into her, into the quiet spaces she thought were empty. The sadness that once filled the room has nowhere to sit anymore. Jamie kneels beside her, close but not touching, giving her space to enjoy the moment. He sees the way her smile comes easily now, how her shoulders no longer carry the weight of the day. This is what he hoped for, not laughter alone, but peace. Claire looks down again, her smile softening. "Hello. You," she whispers to the kitten. In that whisper is something healing, something whole, and Jamie knows this small life has already done what words never could. Jamie sits beside Claire, close enough to feel her warmth, but quiet enough not to disturb the moment. Neither of them rushes to speak. They don't need to. Some feelings are too full for words, and this is one of them. Claire leans slightly toward him, still holding the kitten. It's a small movement, almost unnoticeable, but Jamie feels it. It's trust, it's comfort. It's her way of saying thank you without saying anything at all. The kitten yawns, stretching in her arms. Jamie smiles. He watches the way Claire's hand moves gently, steady and calm. This is the woman he loves, not just the healer, not the survivor, but the woman who finds meaning in small, living things. Their bond has been tested by time, distance, and pain. Yet moments like this remind them why they endure it all. Not for glory, not for destiny, but for quiet evenings, shared warmth, and love that doesn't demand attention.